No, we found a way to start fast, which is obviously is a positive. That's a sign of growth, and then we just got to be more consistent as the game progresses and find some ways to score some more touchdowns.
What's been the issues the last couple of weeks offensively? I think you're averaging less than 20 a game.
Yeah, obviously, I think it's just, we just got to find a way to score more points and be more consistent. And you still move the ball all right. It's 3-4 plays here and there that, 3-4 plays make a big impact in the game. When they're in critical moments.
You've had more 3-and-outs during this losing streak than you've had for most of the year, I think. And when you go back and you look at that, is there anything you can do differently going forward, or you're going to have a certain amount of those over the course of the season?
Yeah, I mean, certainly look at the last few weeks. Probably certain things that, from my end, from a play calling standpoint, maybe can adjust slightly, and maybe help us in some ways. And then we just got to find a way to, third downs have been really good for us. We got to keep being good on third downs. That's big. Eventually, going to have to manage some third downs, and we got to keep drives moving that way.
How would you assist the running game so far, last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's been good. We've had a couple goofy games where we just end up in multiple score games, and you got to recognize what the time in the game is. And so, would we love to run it more the last couple weeks? Absolutely. But you also, can't run it for a whole drive and, eat up 9 minutes when you're down 3 scores. So there's a little bit of a balancing act between those two, and hopefully we can, stay in a position where we can run a little bit more, because certainly there's been some good things.
Jack's got a hand and index finger issue that he's battling. Is there anything you're seeing from him in practice throwing? Do you have to factor that into your game plan?
No, he's fine. I mean, he's used to having little things here and there, and it's part of the deal, especially this time of year, and he's done well.
Jalen Ramsey, coach, what challenges? Jalen Ramsey. Challenges does he present?
Really smart, savvy corner. I think he's really smart. He recognizes how offenses are playing, kind of sees the big picture of things, and so I think it's a challenge just from his IQ level and feel for what we're trying to do.
Dak pressing? Is he trying to make the big play as opposed to the easy play in your mind?
I don't think necessarily. I think it's natural. Yeah, like every play's got its own rules and responsibilities, and you're trying to approach it that way. And as games get out of hand, or in a way, where you got to make some plays. Naturally, we do have to make some plays. I don't think he's pressing. I think we're just trying to execute, and we're calling plays that are a little bit more downfield because we got to make some things happen at that point. And so, I think he's doing a good job managing it well, and I think all of us can do a little bit better.
How much did you miss Pollard last
Another
week?
elite defender, you had Khalil Mack last time, and then you got Aaron Donald this week.
Yeah.
Beyond stats, how does he affect the game?
Yeah, they affect them in a lot of ways, run and pass. They're really good. Certainly, hopefully, you acknowledge that they're really good. I don't think it's something you ignore. You got to have a little bit of an acknowledgement and maybe a little bit of a plan for those type of guys, and hopefully we approach it the right way.
What makes him so elite?
Yeah, obviously his explosiveness and just his ability to make game-changing, drive-stopping type plays in the run and the pass, just because of how explosive he is.
How much did you miss Pollard last week?
Yeah, certainly we'd love to have Tony a part of it, and certainly last week, we would have loved to have him in there, have a few things for him, and roll with some of that stuff. Unfortunately, midweek something happened, and we weren't able to go with him. And Zeke carried it well, and Mays spelled him a little bit, and so gave us an opportunity still.
What are you getting out of Tavon right now, offensively?
Yeah, he does. I think he does a good job. He's kind of that fourth guy, does a little bit of everything. Certainly we got the 3 guys that kind of start in a way, and then he kind of fills right behind them. And ultimately, when you look at it, he still gets a healthy dose of reps, which is nice, and he's done a really good job for us.
You don't think him and Pollard and Cobb are the same guy in some instances, with certain plays?
No, I think certainly you can use them in similar ways. Tavon goes out and plays outside receiver a lot, and you don't think twice about it. He goes out there, and whatever the play was, if Amari has to take a blow, Tavon's out there. He's running the exact same routes. So certainly Tavon's done a really good job at just kind of being able to do a little bit of everything.
What stands out to you most about Sean McVay's offensive principles, and when you were trying to build your game plan going into this season, how much did you look at what he does at all?
Yeah, you got to watch them for sure. They're really, really good. Certainly, their thing is a little bit of the tempo and blending everything together, and certainly they have some really talented personnel to kind of play with, and I think they do a really, really good job. Certainly someone you watch week in and week out.
How do you try not to overanalyze everything and just try to say, you know what, this is the other team gets paid too sometimes?
Yeah, it's easy to drive yourself crazy. It's easy to overthink things and watch a game a million times and second guess yourself in so many ways. But you know, it's a long game. It's a long season. You know, we've gone through a little bit of a patch here where we haven't played as well as we had hoped, and hopefully you come out of it. And you know, there's certainly some better days as we progress through the end of the season.
With all the other stuff that you have to do, how much time do you set aside in a week to watch other teams and kind of get ideas?
I think you try. Sometimes it's a touch earlier in the week, and then certainly in the middle of the week we're so honed in on meetings and practices, and then towards the tail end of the week sometimes you can, you know, go explore a little bit. But certainly, you know, it's a little bit different this year. It's a little bit. You certainly have a lot more obligations and things going on, so you're trying to find room to still do those sorts of things.
You mentioned, I mean, McVay, obviously. Like, do you have teams or schemes that you kind of have bookmarked? Like, let's see what these guys did on Sunday?
Yeah, certainly. I think certainly some NFL, some college. You try and watch all of them, take notes, and you know, sometimes the challenge is trying to fit them into a game plan, balancing out, you know, what's new, what's kind of carry over, and all those different things.
Mechanically, is Dak still sound as he was at the start of the season?
Yeah, I think he's done a good job. Again, the last 2 weeks, you don't want to throw the ball the whole second half of games. So you get in those situations, and you got the Khalil Macks of the world. They get to pass rush every play. It's not a whole lot of fun, you know. And so I think he's doing a good job.
When you look back to last year's playoff game against the Rams, what stands out, and what was so effective that they were doing bottling up Zeke?
Yeah, obviously they did a really good job just stopping the run, probably from a scheme standpoint. You know, playing some bigger guys in there early downs, and then you know, we were close. We moved the ball all right, and we just didn't make enough big plays, you know, right at the end, and kind of got stuck behind. Turned it into a little 2-score game late, and couldn't quite get it back. But you know, it's a really good game to watch and learn from.
Do you feel like earlier in the games, before at times when it gets out of hand, you have to say, we got to give the ball to our running back because this is why we got him. This is why we signed him to a big contract. We got to establish run with this guy before games get out of hand and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you don't go into games expecting them to get out of hand. You know, I think we're pretty balanced in the first half. I don't really care to say you got to run it the first time because that's going to set it up. They're going to play single high defense the first play. So he's the highest paid running back for a reason, and you know that kind of establishes it right there. So you know, hopefully we mix it up enough, have enough balance. You know, run and pass first and second down, balance all those different things out, and give ourselves an opportunity. And if you know, hopefully we play a little better in the first half, put ourselves in a position to continue to do it in the second half.
What do you see as the biggest contributing factors to the drops y'all have had recently?
Good question. I'd be lying to you. I don't have one little thing. You know, certainly we've thrown it a healthy dose in some challenging situations, and so sometimes you are thrown into some tighter windows, having to challenge some things, and so that can potentially, you know, be a part of that.
Witten was pretty fired up after that Chicago game. How much did you guys talk during this week about just finding solutions to what's going on?
Yeah. I think all of us go through that process. We had a couple extra days. You watch it, you kind of recap, you know, go through that process, and I think it's good. Coaches and players, we go through it, and hopefully, you know, kind of in a good place as this thing progresses, and kind of an opportunity to kind of recapture ourselves.
How valuable is the film from that playoff game last year, or is it just that like a year is a lifetime?
No, it's always good. Common opponents, a lot of the same players. There is some different personnel. Their corners, you know, really a lot of their secondary is different, you know, and you know, they've started playing with some different guys, and so the front certainly is a lot of the same, and certainly at the end of the day, the structure, you know, for the most part, it's the same. They're going to flavor it up every year. You got a few different little nuances, but you know, it's good to use.
You script the first 10, 15 plays. Is that still the case?
Yeah.
When things are struggling, do you say, I'm going off script, we got to just do what we got to do now? Or you still stick with what you want to do?
Early in games?
Yeah.
Early in games, for the most part, I feel like we stay pretty on script.
Okay.
You know, and then as the game progresses, obviously you kind of start formulating your next steps, your next plans, and certainly the last few weeks, I mean, we've kind of been in 2-minute script mode, you know, for a quarter and a half, and so you're kind of in a different world at that point.
Do you feel like you've made progress with your script, given that, as we talked about, you had those slow starts in the past 2 games, your opening drives that looked really strong? Yeah, I think, to be honest, I don't think we changed a whole lot. We didn't really, you know, we just execute some plays and it worked, and looks better. And maybe I got to script 70 plays or something, so, you know, then it'll work a little bit better. We'll see.
That's when things are struggling, not struggling, when things are going wrong, you still have to say, let's just stay focused on what I want to do.
Yeah, certainly. certainly, I think we've managed that. We had a couple games where we kind of get to the third quarter. It's a 3-score game. I think it is a little bit of a balancing act. You want to still be able to sprinkle in a couple runs here and there, but you also can't pound it and huddle up and spend 7 minutes to drive it all the way down the field. Realistically, time management, you're going to run out of time.
We talked with McVay yesterday about his first year as play caller. He's like, I think Kellen's having a lot more successes than I did in my first year. But he says to him what stands out more than his success is the times where he went into panic mode or had I just kept calling the plays over and over. You're looking forward, but what stands out to you the most about your play calls so far this year?
Yeah, you learn each time. Jason told it to me when I became the coordinator. He's like, there's 5 or 6 plays every single game that you're not going to like what you called, and that's just part of it. And you're going to learn from it, and hopefully, you grow each time and go through that process. And so, I'm in a fortunate situation. Jason had done it for a long time. He kind of knows the situation. He's there to kind of help through the process when certain things pop up, and so it's been really good and really fortunate to be in that situation.
It's almost like being a quarterback in the sense where I'm sure when you were playing, you analyze every throw and say, even though the guy made a catch, I didn't like how I threw that, but he caught it for me.
Yeah.
Is that almost similar?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's very easy to overanalyze it. Watch it over and over again. Look at your scripts. Look at your call sheet. Look at, okay, I went to this call. I'm staring at another call that's right above it. Should I have gone to that one? And you have to make those decisions in 10 seconds. So it happens fast.
What is your mechanism for making sure you don't tell them that too much after the game?
I think just acknowledge it, go through that process, and accept the fact that you're not going to like everything. And it's okay. You probably shouldn't like everything, And so go through that process, acknowledge it, take notes each and every week, and then hopefully, maybe it allows you to correct a few things each and every week.
How much does Dak? I know you talk to him every day practically. How much does Dak help in that end and saying, Coach, it's okay, don't overanalyze it, we're good, or do you say that to him?
I think we just talk through the whole process. Every week through practice, through meetings. Meet on Fridays before games. We just go through that whole process. I think, as much as we can, talk through that, have open dialogue. I think it's for the better.
Kellen, when you're in, let's just say 3rd and 1 at the 10.
Yeah.
And does Jason let you know you got 2 plays ahead of time?
Yeah. Jason's always awesome. We always go through all those different situations and talk through it. And hey, you got 2 plays here. Or, hey,
so if you want to play action and then get back to run on the next one.
Yeah, and talks through it, and sometimes it's, hey, what do you think? You want to run it here, throw it the next one? We just talk through it, and it's been good.
Your new kicker, does that change anything about what you're trying to do right now? Because you have a different kicker?
Not really for us, just at the end of the day, not yet there, but just understanding landmarks and, where's our range, so to speak, or what's our numbers, and it really falls into game day, and, those are just little things. But